It's hot. But, here we are in political season, I guess, and I don't mind that something has its idea over there, dressed in the neckties and stuff. It's the people that follow it that I'm very wary of because they can get close to me. That's why we have these things, though. They're supposed to help the human faction. That is very, I guess it's a video game to snuff out human faction, but I'm here to tell you that if you ever wanted to get out of hell, you have to strive to become human. That means that you're well on your way to getting a soul. So, yeah, that's what we're kind of doing here. It's I would almost say a factory of that the universe is doing, as it's expanding. So the universe is comprised of expanding and contracting beings. And we can safely say that the human being has done expansion. And you see, we can only expand so much here before our soul gets like it can get bigger than our body, and then we have to get out of it. And if we're lucky, we do that before our body breaks down on us. And having done that, we don't keep quiet about it too. I mean, maybe we do, maybe we don't. I find it hard to believe that it can rise and fall here without being noticed. Because Jesus wouldn't have that. Jesus makes history over there. And then you have to change the story too. It certainly wasn't a woman. Um, and it certainly will never be now. No, it's just a regular, and make it look uglier and uglier. Have you noticed? Like, and by the way, it was just a regular old Quasimodo saying, "Sanctuary, we need sanctuary." Because why? Well, it's I think could be different. How different? Is there proof? Yes. Look at the pyramids. Look at just the next scientist that is actually doing something more fascinating than what's happening on the side of the road or underneath the Santa Monica Pier over there. Not that I'm saying that that shouldn't be happening. That is most likely a reincarnation of Tesla or Einstein or whoever. Most likely. And talk about expanding and contracting beings. How thin fucking out can we get it? I'm doing comedy, and Jupiter is squaring my Jupiter going through Gemini, even though it's it's trining my 369 feeling very fine. You would think I would be able to make money off of just being me. And lo and behold, babes, we are heading into a time where they're putting a price tag on everything else. Now, did you notice the way that I'm made up here? Painstaking, by the way. I get up in the morning, I don't brush my hair. And then I just sit down here and, well, first of all, I went in the sun, fried, and then came back and um, had to take my shoes off and walk in the dirt around, and went through like I'm going through something that only Scotty and his beam was just saying, whatever, child. We do different beam here now. What do you mean? Well, see, yeah, talking about my character, did you notice? I mean, I did. I'm not going to say anything very much about it, but the Chinese, even black people, even men, but particularly like everybody, it seems everybody who could be just who they are and look just fine dyes their hair blonde at one point or another. You got to do that, and then of course try to make yourself 5'11" or 6 foot tall, which is I'm 5'11", and so I'm getting near 6 feet. Really, it's 5'11 3/4. Is what it measured out. I was a pretty tall kid, and my autobiography shows that I was intimidating, and I didn't know why. It's because I was tall, and I also carried myself like, um, "Don't fuck with me, please." This is. I'm glad they did the 6 feet distancing. I'm serious. Where I live, babes. Come on, I can tell you. I don't. You wouldn't like some of my autobiography is far out. But then other parts is like, no way. And it's like, still. That's why I wanted to write books and stuff. And I should, and try and sell it. I just don't tag money on to who I am, what I've been up to. I mean, not even this, if, in case if at all it was interesting. Can it be even more interesting? Yes, imagine if it took better care of itself. Imagine all of humanity if it was able to take better care of itself. Do you think that I am that earnest and loyal to whatever humanity is? So far, is it convincing enough on this flat screen? I don't care, really. At this point, I don't give a shit. Of course, I'm just trying to make money. I have a bill to pay. So whose bill are you going to pay? For me? I'm just kidding. Good God. You know what I hate? I do not like that. And I know that the good down-home service towards humanity, is what should be valued. Imagine if we valued the healers. Say, just in our community alone. Isn't it happening that communities kind of develop? They have developed. It's not a question. I've seen it right in front of my face. But now they're completely unconscious. Can we trust them, really? Where we are, if the shit hit the fan, is there a survivalist there or a healer there that can keep things going because they know a little bit more about how to maintain well-beings? You see, now I see something like, the city is dangerous because of the way it's set up. The not just because of the see, if it was because it's mainly a human site, more like a parasite. The ecology of it is not even considered. There's something else taking care of, an ecological situation, which means what are the resources that we use to maintain our well-beings? Is it safe? And that's always a fight. You see, it is just being kept now, and I don't like that vibration. The way that that human flesh and human, the squandering of human energy, which is very deeply unconscious. If there's a humane part, it's not being humane enough to stop itself from doing something, working for something like, say, under all conditions, love does it and gets it done. Working for, say, keeping track of the voltage of Gwen Tower blips that are striking the fucking neighborhood with their midnight insomniac movement. There is ways that they're making people work in cognitive dissonance to just do something that they don't. It's translated over to them that they're doing something else, and they're just working daily with the records about what. Well, it can get down to what particular resident beamed back what. In such a way that they don't even know they're monitoring a body there, but it's just they think it's an electric fucking current, and it is. That's just how we are. That's how we do it. And having said that, babes, you need to rearrange your homes. Don't sit in one place like I do, and do your computerization here, because they can zero in through your Wi-Fi and then your phone and then the satellites, microwaves. They can. It's called a slow cook, and the only thing that can really beat it is. You want to talk about the human being? Something here hates it. But that same something, parasitical. Now, if you look at the word parasite, it's really interesting to look at that word. Para means, if you look at it, please look at it. I'm pretty sure it means other, like doubled. And so it just means like a place removed, but it's there as something. It's a paranormal, like you see, it's there, but we don't know what that is. It's not of the normal. It's a double layer or something, you know. It's almost like extra, but it's para. Now, sight, SITE, I think it has passed for, what they mean is like a place, like that site, that particular site is 5,000 feet high or whatever. A site, see, parasite. It's something that is inhabiting a place that is extraterrestrial. I would say that because human beings, the organism itself is extraterrestrial. If we look at the word extraterrestrial, folks, terrestrial means terrain and or earth, of earth or layer upon which um, uh, the earth is now consisting of this. We can see it. See, trees are extraterrestrial. It's, you can burn them down and you'll see a different terrain here. Now, the terrain that would be left here where I'm at is definitely extraterrestrial. It's not coming from a geological natural formation. Otherwise, it would be black and looking like lava. We have material that we don't really know where it comes from, besides for the Mariana Trench sucking down civilizations and then spitting it back out um, like that out in the Pacific Ocean there, and then moving it forth. And now we have like the miniature version of the packed down civilizations, everything of it. Every single thing you can think about that a civilization has done has been sucked down this Mariana Trench. Because that's just what happens, it just falls in. New York is about ready to fall into it, thank God. And do you like this storytelling time now? I do. It's worth something. The reason why we look like this is why? Well, the money system has us all turned into fucking inhumane dragons. It doesn't make sense. I would love to start poking at how money has us thinking or talking or whatever that it's just so blindsiding. It's a blinders. We are blinded. And I cannot find much respect, because they don't find respect for me, for the people that think that we cannot survive without money. See, now, am I denying that there is comforts, Shauna, that you're using now that are technological that we can't do without it? Maybe. And I would love to be a part of that particular um, uh, culture, if you want to call it. I know that there is monitor happening in outer space, and I'm not ignorant of having been contacted by benevolent beings and given the information that I would convey here today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will start anew. Press flash, and now, of course, I need money. I'm gonna start communicating something pretty darn heavy duty, babes. It's like, okay, so what exactly does money do for for people? Um, we know that it takes a lot of worry off of our minds, but we don't get that far to even know what it's like to not have a worry come off of our mind. You see, our lives, and I say our just as I can feel you out there, humanity, and we've been through this, right? We're on the precipice of kind of thinking, well, is there something else? Yes, of course there is, but let me talk to you what we need to look at before we get the hell out of it. Will we ever? See, it's important that you talk to yourself too. That's all I'm doing. I listened to it once and I think, you know what? If in case you haven't talked to yourself about this, I've done it for us. And it's the same with you. You have done something for me that I have never dared to do, ever, and probably will never. And I didn't just say that I can't appreciate it or even use it. See, that's the one thing that, like, narcissists or whatever is out there tooling about, fiddle fucking their lives away. Just having kids, by the way, they just think it's about having kids, and they don't know. It's like, but you were a kid once. What are you passing down to your kids? If it's not joy and having found love, and that's something with a mouthful. I just felt at least 25 narcissists roll their eyes. Because, of course, we went into fairy tale land. But what is God? See, a lot of people talk about God, and it's the same. What is words for you? We do aim for a feeling, and that is embodied in the body, the heart, right? The heart, and boy, there's an electrical system that pretty soon, babes, if you're a healer, they've talked about this, your hands will start tingling. And you're like, this doesn't, you've never felt this before, but what I'm saying is, like, it's not, so you just, I'm talking about me now. You're like, it doesn't feel bad. It feels amazing. It feels like I need to play the guitar, but it's a feeling that it's beyond just, well, I can play the guitar, but this here, see, I've only felt it, and I was hoping it would come back again, and then here it is. See, I think you can always have it when you're being creative and you're experiencing something that you're supposed to be doing that gives you joy. Believe it or not, people getting on YouTube and being motivational speakers, just telling stories, they are doing that. They're doing what brings them joy. Um, we can look at it astrologically. Where is your Mercury? Where is your Jupiter? Yeah, those are two very creative things to look at, and of course you look at everything to tell you the truth. But I think I should be doing a lot more with my hands than what I do. See, holding them like this, it's like, whoa. I felt it before, and it's like this. It communicated to me a long time ago. The first time I felt it was about 10 years ago, and it says this. It says, you're ready. You're ready for something, which is just hands-on, whatever. It's for healing. It's for healing. See, you don't do something like gardening or other art forms, and yeah, of course, gardening that ends up to be like cooking, but things with your hands without this happening. Now, especially the music that I've played all my life, that this thing would go on. Now, I was wondering, is it going to happen? Yes, it happens um, when you're unblocked of your ability to not only heal, but you are doing a healing thing. And a lot of people get on here and have healed right in front of your face from what? Well, there could be a little something we came here to do, and that is to heal. And if we do, there's only one other thing left to do, and that is to heal others. If not, of course, through the association, through just it's a mild form. It's really just to say that the real word is organization. I wanted to talk about the microcosms that must happen as the organism or entity or whatever it is gets bigger, widespread on the earth. Less and less is there a central way of sending a message and saying this is the way you live. No, we have communities that we have to start. Hello, really? You don't know the resource that's available to you around, especially where I live, that we can use. We can start working it to the hilt. Dirt is waiting for you to be fucking as intelligent as it. Same with trees. Trees are sitting around going, we are using every bit of our intelligence. You can see the phenomena around you out there in virgin nature where it's left untouched and just displaying its amazing situation. If we can only see that. See, it's going to take a lot for something like this information, to start to inspire other people, really to say, no, that's it. Now, what else do we do? Well, it's not what else do we do. It's here already. Will you stop doing what is just suggested because money will have you do it that way? Talking about what a tree would do. I mean, if what we would do if we were operating like a tree that operates its full capacity intelligence, if the human being was to do that and really open up, expand, and say, you know what, this is available for us all. It's actually feeling good, and what else do you do with that but to start to give it away, because it starts to burn you. And see, this is the thing, that whatever has transformed that, see, there's a part of the organism that will say, yeah, we know, we torched that part of you. You know, they want you to draw off of the system's way of doing it. It's like, no, the system, what are we even talking about when we talk about the system? It's just a fucking great idea that somebody had to put all these electric wires up, and it's not very long that this has gone on. And just in a snap, it could be turned off, and some people are living in such a way that they psychologically prepare. Not only that, but they take themselves away from it. They just say, "Oh God," but the psychological preparedness is like 99% of the task, or you see the thing to conquer, as far as what I had just mentioned, the power going out, the internet going out, something like that. GPS is going out. The problem is too much reliance on that, and not enough microclimatic get together, really. And now, see, the thing is I don't care if there's associations full of companies. I think that there should now be organizations full of friends, because there's two types to be found here on this plane. One of them is humane beings, enlightened people who might be doing some other, they can see, it's like, God, what do we fucking do? And I'm wondering, where did they go if they were here? I know that they have left a lot in the United States, especially California. The United States, yes, it said that it's just evacuated, but I'm saying the Earth is fucking, has been, what is it called, exodus, or it's just been abandoned. And what's left is like very little of this happening. Organization, friends, really just getting along because they know, it's like, God, isn't this amazing? You have what fruit trees and what trees, and what are we doing with trees and birds and bees, babes? What more is there? But there is more. If you can work that intelligence level the same as how a tree works its intelligence level, without a hitch, without a complaint, even that its fruits are going down onto the ground and not being eaten. The animals are getting drunk on it. And the truth about that kind of thing, really, if it's that kind of thing, now what is that kind of thing? A very natural process that's going on. Eventually, the sanctuary just becomes profuse. And when are we going to just say, now, can we stop ignoring it? Can we stop ignoring how plentiful and beautiful it really is, and how that now, wow, you just wanted to cut it down and put asphalt over it? Well, can we talk about sanctuary? What is it really?